Hi, welcome back to my channel, Open the Door. Today is episode 18, Unlocking the Difference Between Ego and Pride. So these two terms are often used interchangeably, but they do have distinct meanings. And starting with ego, okay? Well, ego refers to your sense of self-importance or your self-esteem. But too much ego can lead to arrogance or even a lack of empathy. Pride is the feeling of satisfaction or pleasure that's derived from your accomplishments, qualities, or possessions. And it's a positive emotion that's based on genuine accomplishment, and it doesn't overshadow your sense of humility and being grounded. So I'm going to talk about several aspects of ego first, and then I will talk about pride after that. So the positive aspects of ego, when it's present in moderation, it can provide motivation. It gives us a sense of confidence and a sense of identity. It helps drive us to strive toward our successes and goals. Ego can help us be assertive during challenging situations, and it improves our sense of self-awareness, our self-worth, and our resilience. But as I said, too much ego can lead to arrogance, and it can lead to a lack of empathy for others. It can result in what's called narcissism. Too much ego can bring about difficulty in building meaningful relationships, and it hinders our personal growth by preventing us from accepting feedback or admitting mistakes. Managing an overinflated ego would need to include these tactics: self-awareness, recognizing when the ego is taking over and causing issues in our thoughts and our relationships and our behaviors. Another way to manage overinflated ego is through the practice of humility and acknowledging our limitations and mistakes and not being resistant to admitting those mistakes. Another way to manage overinflated ego is through adjusting our perspective and trying to see others' viewpoints and consider how our actions are affecting them. Accepting feedback is a great way to keep the ego in check, and being open to constructive criticism, and use that as an opportunity for growth, not just an attack on ourselves, but find the lesson in that and look for where we can grow and be appreciative of the feedback that we get back from others. Empathy, cultivating and understanding and valuing the feelings and experiences of others and not just focused on ourselves. Gratitude is another way to get the ego in check by focusing on all the things that we have to be thankful for. And not seeking validation or outside approval from others to say, yeah, this is great that you drive this kind of car or you have this type of job, but looking at opportunities for gratitude ourselves and not asking others to do that for us. Seeking support, turning to people who can provide honest feedback and that will hold you accountable is another way to get your ego in check. So switching over to pride now, well, the positive aspects of pride include, as I mentioned earlier, an increased self-esteem. It boosts our confidence. It's a recognition and acknowledgement and a way to celebrate our hard work and accomplishments. In community and culture, pride can bring about pride in our heritage and our community and foster a sense of belonging and solidarity within our community. Another positive aspect of pride is inspiration, where we're inspiring others to pursue their passions, and it creates a ripple effect of positivity and empowerment. But just like with ego, there can be too much pride at times, and that could lead to these type of things: stubbornness, strained relationships, missed opportunities, a lack of accountability, stagnation, isolation, a reluctance to seek advice, a reluctance to admit wrongdoing, a sense of superiority. And it can alienate others and cause conflict in our relationships when we're carrying too much pride. So managing too much pride, how do we do that? Well, starting with self-reflection, reflecting on our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, which may be impacting our interaction with others. Staying open-minded and being receptive to feedback and differing perspectives can help keep our pride in check by recognizing that no one is perfect. Celebrating other people's successes. Instead of feeling threatened, we can celebrate others' accomplishments and use it as an inspiration for ourselves toward growth and reaching and attaining our own goals. Speaking of goals, setting realistic goals with an aim for continuous improvement rather than perfection, and allowing setbacks when they do occur to view these setbacks as a natural part of learning. So sometimes we're dealing with others who are in a state of extreme pride or egomania, kind of out of control ego. And the way to deal with people in this type of mindset would involve these type of things. So using patience, diplomacy, and a willingness to assert yourself when necessary. Okay, moving on. Stay calm. Stay calm. Keep your emotions in check and avoid reacting impulsively. Focusing on the facts and sticking to the facts. Avoid getting drawn into power struggles or emotional arguments with the other person. Offer constructive feedback, but be respectful and non-confrontational, and focus on specific behaviors and their impact on your interactions and relationships with this other person. When dealing with people in an egomania or extreme pride, it's good to seek common ground. Look for areas of agreement and shared interest to help build rapport with that other person. And leading by example. Sorry, I lost my place here. Yeah, leading by example, demonstrating humility, empathy, and respect in our interactions. And as always, seeking support, outside advice, input from our family, friends, and or professionals. So pride and ego, neither one of them is a bad thing. But as I mentioned here today, too much of either one of those aspects of ourselves can lead to some sticky situations. So this is a pretty short lesson today, but hopefully you found it informative and found some little bits of advice in there that will help you either with your own struggles, dealing with too much pride or ego, or dealing with others as well. I'm going to end this video right here, and I will have, as always, another video coming soon within just a few days. But I thank you for joining me today, and I do hope you're doing well. I wish you peace, love, and light. And I'll see you again soon. Stay well.